guys, this is Kevin from KK Woodscapes. Wanted to say how excited we are to be a sponsor for the ASRA Cup Series this upcoming season. This is just some of the pieces we've created over the years. We can work with you and bring any special victory to life. To order, or if you have any questions, please scan the QR code for Instagram or contact me through the Discord. And hopefully, we'll be bringing your virtual victory into reality one day.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers pool sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
What's going on, folks? This is Steve with Race Day, and we are here north of the border in Montreal for the ASRA International Race. Man, this is going to get crazy. Race number 9 of the Harpoon Design Cup Series season, and we are here for a little bit of flavor, Canadian flavor here today in Montreal. Interesting track right here, obviously. This is a track that you'll see typically in the F1 schedule. But man, we are here today for this. High above Montreal right now. Awesome track right in the heart of Montreal, obviously. And man, this place cannot be any cooler. Right now, slow corners for the cars. Right now, we're in open qualifying, so there's 15 minutes session for the open qualifying. So basically how that works is they just keep going out there until they can make their fastest lap. And whichever lap sticks at the end of this 7 minutes will be their fastest lap, and then I'll set the grid. So pretty cool stuff here, folks. Cannot wait to get this thing going. Nice and easy today. 2 stages. The caution flag will fly for those 2, but that'll be it. So lap 8 and lap 20, we'll see the drivers come down and take that yellow flag for the stage. Full course caution will come out, and then we're going to be going and doing that right there. So cannot wait to get this thing going right now. Let's jump down trackside real quick before we go down to a special segment. Right here, looking on board, Frankie Broso, Brandon Bowie right now, looking very fast. Here are so far the fastest qualifying times on the circuit. A lot of guys haven't qualified just yet, haven't been able to make that qualifying time, but we do see the majority of them starting to trickle in. Brandon Bowie currently on top for 138.38. Michael Johnson second, Frankie Broso third. But a 138 in that time frame, that's definitely a fast lap for these guys, and they're making it way very well. Frankie Broso right here on track. Michael Johnson, man, came so close to getting it done in Coda just a few weeks back, about a month ago at this point. Couldn't quite get it done, but here, I feel like he's got a chance here to get this thing done. Looking very good. Brandon 6, back on track in his own ride. Looking to get it done here, potentially back-to-back in the road course races. Max Brady still looking to get his first win of the season. Man, can it come here? Looking pretty good today, pretty fast in P9. Tim Robb, Jacob Wiest, very fast themselves. So pretty big crowd right now, 25 plus drivers. Hey, for a road course that is not pretty typical Not a bad car amount today. So cannot wait to get this thing going real quick. Let's real quick give you a ride around Montreal in our new shiny race day Toyota Camry. Big thanks to Harpoon Design for bringing that and for supplying that car. Let's hit it right here. So Montreal, definitely an interesting track right here. Going to come down the front stretch. Here we go. Going to come down turn one. Have to angle it. Have to break that. The braking zone has to be so straight right here. Take a left-hand corner. Really, really slow through this sector one, but man, it's so tight. Especially down here, really loose off the corner right here. Going to be careful to not spin the car out. He wants to kind of turn right here. Hard braking zone into this right-hander. A quick left-hander right here. Don't hit the wall on the outside. Car gets a little janky right there. Coming down, hold this wall, hug it as close as you can. And then right here, another hard braking zone into that left-hand corner. Nice and gradual, slow but steady. Right-hander right here. Getting on throttle right here is pretty tough. You're gonna be careful, just like turn 3. This upcoming right here is the hardest braking zone in my opinion. Coming into this corner, turn 8. It's so hard to judge where it is, but right here, you gotta go so much closer to this line. And then again, just like the corners before, don't touch this wall in the outside lane. Right here especially, coming into the hairpin. Straighten out this braking zone as much as you can. Way out to the outside, and then deep down right here. Get it right down to first gear. Down to like 25, 30 miles an hour right here. Very, very slow. On the gas as quickly as you can. And this right here, the longest straightaway of the track. You're going to hit 4th and then 5th gear for a little bit. Into the hardest braking zone and potentially the best passing zone on the track into the last couple of corners. Hit the brakes right at that 5 marker. Downshift, downshift, downshift. A quick right. There's the pit entry right there. You keep going straight. Wall of Champions. Don't hit that either. That's got so many guys right there. But that right there, folks, is a lap around Montreal. And again, big, big thanks to Harpoon Design for getting that done and bringing that up. Man, these guys are hitting some very, very fast laps, obviously, on the track. Little side note, little Easter egg. I recorded that lap, but definitely not as fast as these guys right now are hitting. I think in that video, I might have hit like a 140 something. But these boys right here, we're looking at Brandon 6, Brandon Bowie. We have Brandon 6 here in the 137s. Unbelievable. Great stuff right here. But a great lap around Montreal. Always a fun time. Qualifying is about 2.5 minutes left to go into the qualifying session. We're going to get this thing underway here momentarily. Right now, though, big time. Brandon 6 looking very strong. 137.94 on top of the board. Obviously, a lot of these guys will still be able to finish their laps. So the great thing about open qualifying is that even though 2.5 minutes are left to go, if you're on your qualifying time, there's like a 2 or 3 minute overlay. So you'll get to basically finish your lap time as long as you start before this timer right here ends. So a lot still left to go. Open qualifying is always a good time. Cannot wait to get this thing underway. Big thanks to you folks for being here, obviously, and supporting race day as well as the channel and the league itself. So ASRA race so far has been very, very fun. Tell you what, gonna get pretty heated up right now into some road course racing. Kenny Reel on track right now. Rotors are just glowing red right there. You can see it all over the course. Pit road here is pretty interesting. Obviously, some great camera shots right here. All around the track. Very, very cool stuff. A minute left to go, folks. And then we're going to get this race underway. So it's 36 laps will be the total for today. Stages will be ending in lap 8 and lap 20. Kind of a quick shootout. Whoa, Kenny Reel into the wall right there. It's tough because to get a good qualifying lap here, you really have to nail not only your first lap, but really the second and third. The first lap here is so loose and so crazy, you really have to get it done. Man, like second or third lap. That's really the money lap, and it's just so hard to get to that point, right? You can't mess up before before then. So right now, a lot of drivers on pit road. Seems like a lot of guys are pretty happy with getting themselves on the back. Some drivers might decide to stay in the back too, right? I mean, that could be a strategy. Stay in the back and see what happens, obviously. Avoid all the chaos. This turn 1 and 2, I mean, really the whole Sector 1 complex is pretty crazy. It's pretty, I mean, right here, Frankie sneaking through. Turn 5 right here. Pretty tight here as well. Turn 6 coming up. Not too bad right here. Pretty decent braking zone. Turn 7, this is pretty tight. But right here, you get on the power right here, and turn 8 is just so difficult. This corner, the braking zone is so hard to detect. And you can see Frankie just nailing it right there. Great job for him. That'll be tough right there. The hairpin right here, not terrible. And right there, see that sign? The Boveda.lv casino sign. That is basically where the line is for the stage finish line. We'll get a good eye on that. As Brendan Bowie just crosses that line now too. So again, this league employs the stage finish line. So the normal start finish line, which we'll see Brendan Bowie hit in just a second. Last couple of corners, wall of champions right here, but the actual start finish line is coming up. So it's going to be right about here. There it is right there. But back there, right after the hairpin, they're going to use that stage finish line to determine the stages. So when the stages come out, the yellow flag will be thrown for the cautions. That way, once they catch the start finish line, the pace car doesn't come out too early, right? Before, or I guess in this case, after the cars cross the line, and it saves them a lap of yellow flag, essentially. So that's why we do it. Uh-oh. Nick Lights. Nick Lights doing Nick Lights things right now. Always good to have some comedy. Doing pretty good. Look at that. I mean, man, going backwards, but still might set a faster lap than some of these boys. They knew it. They know who I'm talking about. Always fun right there. Austin Salyer is still on top right now. Oh, that's going to be it right there. So that is the session. Sometimes it will just end like that. But here we go. Brandon 6 going to be your pole sitter. Great job for him. We expect him to be good today, obviously. Very, very fast. Bowie Esports in general at tracks like this are very, very strong. So we definitely expect to see these guys definitely do well today, if not win for sure. But here we go. This is going to be the qualifying. Going to get now to the grid. Telling you what, I cannot wait for that hurry down to turn 1. It's going to be so crazy. We're going to see messes all over the place. But sometimes that's going to happen. There is the track map, folks. We'll keep that up here for now so you guys can see what we're dealing with. But here we go. Starting grid for today's international race here at Montreal. Brendan Bowie starting off in P3 right here. We'll try and get some great angles of their cars. This unfortunately might be it. Interesting track, interesting camera angles, but all good. Here we go. Beautiful. Brandon 6, Frankie Barroso in P1 and 2. Brendan Bowie 3rd place. Michael Johnson 4th. Evan Schmecker P5. Mark Whitley P6. Some good favorites right there. Mark Whitley just winning last week at Charlotte. Big, big win for him. Richard Woodruff in P7. Great job. Jacob Weist and Tim Robb, teammates side by side for Apollo. Nick Lights in P10. Jimmy Graham 11th place. Max Brady 12th. Blaze Crawford 13th place. Joseph Mealy 14th. Brandon Fetter place. pretty good. There he is, subbing in. 83 of Jackson Anderson. There he is in P16. Roger Pierce, 17th place. Jonathan Smith in 18th. Ryan Dunkelberger, 19th. Larson, 20th. James Kaufman, 22nd place. Austin Salyers, 23rd. Matthew Pont, Daryl Young, and Matt Smith round out the field. So 26 drivers today for Montreal. So far, a great lineup right here. Great run right here. We're going to see a lot of these guys fighting pretty hardcore. A lot of fast guys in the back of the field, too. We expect them to be doing their thing. Here we go. We're going to go green. We're not going the full lap. Nice short shoot to the front stretch. And here we go, folks. This is the international race at Montreal. Here we come. Front stretch is here. And off we go. Green flag is up in the air. Run down to turn one. Got to be so careful. Frankie Barroso gets a great line right there. Awesome job. Everybody through the first couple of corners except Kenny Reel. Excuse me. Brandon Fetterplace in the car right there. But Frankie leads us off into turn 2 and 3. This section right here, folks, is so tight. Very slow cornering. But a masterful job right now by the top 20. Great job. They all know to be careful. It is later on in the night, though. It's like early afternoon. The track is definitely cooled down. And cool conditions are throughout the racetrack. Brandon 6 right now trying to make a lap around. Gets around Frankie for that lead. Gonna be careful at this track. Max Brady locks the brakes up a little bit. Keeps it going. Tunkelberger through the grass. Uh-oh, Spitteroonie. Keeps it straight. Great job right there. Able to recover through the hairpin. Everyone really slow through here. Oh no, big stack up. Max Brady goes around, looks like Tim Robb. A lot of drivers. Big moment right there. Slowest part of the corner. And a huge checkup for these guys. Mark Whitley, Michael Johnson. Looks like Nick Light's cut the corner. We'll have to slow down right there. Again, no yellow flags today, folks, except the stages. So local cautions only will be the scenario. Brandon 6 up front. Matthew Pont right here goes around at the International Wall of Champions. You've got to be careful there. So folks, real quick, make sure to watch the top right corner of your screen. That map will be a good indication of where your favorite driver is. So the driver that we're watching will always be in the lime green. But the card number for your favorite driver, if they are red, that's bad news bears. That means they're off track or they're wrecked or whatnot. We'll try and hit them as many as we can. But right now, we're on lap 2 of lap 8. 8 is the mark for stage 1. A lot of the guys back here, Kaufman, Max Brady getting around right here too. So far, very strong right now. Look at this. A dive down, better Fetterplace. BP, they call him. Really knows how to get it done here in that 11. Awesome job. At 29, looks like Matt Smith. Oh no, Daryl Young together and Jackson Anderson. Surprise. Real quick, let's take a look. Jackson just sends it into Matt Smith, and Matt Smith into Daryl Young. Brandon 6 still up front right now. Frankie Barroso is catching him just a little bit, 0.4 of a second back right now. Looking pretty strong. These two are the class of the field. Frankie looks like he's a little faster. Second half of the course. Michael Johnson, though, very quick. But he has Brandon Bowie and Devin Smacker to contend with. Right behind him. Smacker going to get around Bowie right here into turn number 4. A Great job. Mark Whitley has lost his nose. Oh no, what happened here to him? Can we find the incident real quick? Yes, we can. Will this be it? Let's take a look. It says this might be the case. Uh-oh! Completely smashes it into the wall of champions. Man, hate to see that right there. Not good. Brandon 6, Frankie Broso up front. No shock there, but let's take a look at the rest of the field. P3, 4, 5, and 6, all pretty similar. Mark Whitley still up front with that Whelen modified car. That front end might be a little bit towed out too. Look at that right tire. Oh no. Lucky for him, there is that stage yellow coming out, guaranteed in 5 laps, so we can go in, fix all that damage on these long yellow flags. Not a bad move for him. Richard Woodruff, very solid effort, man. I'll tell you what, this guy right here always does so well in these road courses. And right here, looking pretty good too. Mark Whitley looks like he might be coming down pit road now, so we'll take a look at that. Might be too bad, unfortunately, to justify staying out. Jonathan Smith, though, his teammate, right now looking very strong at P9. Again, a part-time driver, but hey, looking pretty good. Trying to get that win out here for trophies, and man, he's looked very, very good in his races that he's run. So he's going to be knocking on the door for a race win here pretty soon. Roger Pearson, P10. Looking great. Joseph Mealy in P11. Tim Robb in P12. I'll tell you what, Tim Robb, all season so far, has really impressed me in that 57 right now, into that top 12. And in a race like this, right, I tell these guys all the time, you know, road courses, they're here to stay, right? They're not going to go away anytime soon. It's one of those things that you just have to kind of get used to, right? In the world of, you know, next gen, or in this case, I guess we're going to start calling them Gen 7 cars, right? We got to just get used to it, because road course racing is different. These cars are kind of built for it, or so they say, and that's the case, right? So we're going to see a lot more of them, as we're seeing a couple guys steam through that turn 8. We're seeing Nick Lights kind of dinged up right here in the right end. Not too bad, though. But again, back to my point, I just tell these guys, hey, it might not be your best effort, but road courses for me, they all come down to, you know, how much did you practice, right? If you practice a sufficient amount, you're going to do extremely well in these races. A top 10 here for a lot of these guys is a win. And right now we're seeing a lot of guys struggle, but a lot of guys still looking pretty good. Max Brady, 15th place. Dunkelberger, man, Dunkelberger had such a close call last week in Charlotte. I really thought he would have had that win from Whitley. Dunkelberger is a driver that I've known who's been pretty aggressive, and he's not going to give away a position or a win that easily. But I feel like he was kind of conservative last week. That's a good compliment for me, honestly, because I feel like he's really showcasing some patience and some racecraft. Roger Pierce right now goes around. Not sure if he actually crashed or what happened. Let's go back and take a look real quick, if we can, if we have a replay. We do. Looks like pretty good so far. Turns 2 and 3. Oh, just loses it. No damage, though. Great job by recovering it. Got to get through, though. So far, so good. Again, folks, we're going to try and show you as many of these incidents as we can as they happen. Obviously, with so many cars on track, it is difficult right now. Richard Woodruff might have to take the sand wedge out right now. Got pretty close to the beach. It keeps it going. Oh, the left front tire actually is really a mess right there. That is not good. That 27. We'll definitely have to pit. Oh, man. It was running so well. Unfortunately, that might be it there for Richard Woodruff. Up front, Frankie Barroso. There was a lead change. Brandon 6 right now is currently in P2 by about 2 seconds. So Frankie is setting sail here And so far, looks like he will be your stage 1 winner, but right now we're not quite there just yet. Brandon 6 in P2, Brandon Bowie in P3. Michael Johnson, though, right there as well. So Bowie Esports in the top 4. No surprise there. We know they're going to be strong. They're always strong on road courses, especially. Devin Schmucker, though, in that P5 spot, looking pretty deadly as well. Getting word about Matthew Pont. Let's take a look real quick. In the 1 machine. Coming into this final couple of corners. Oh, no! Right in front of Jackson Anderson. Not huge damage, though. Might be okay. But the battle's definitely heating up here for the top 10 spot again. These spots pay points for the end of the race and stage points. You get 10 points for first and 1 point for 10th. And everything in the middle. And right now, Tim Robb is right there. Joseph Mealy has that 10th spot. These points matter. Right now, we're 4 races away from the playoffs. So a lot is on the line right now. Lap number 7. Back at the field right here. A lot of these guys just holding on to it. Nick Lights, Austin Salyers, James Kaufman. Kaufman's car looks pretty good right now, gotta say. Doesn't have the fastest hot rod, but man, he's got the car trimmed out. Looking pretty sharp. Daryl Young right now in 22nd place. He told me he likes this track. Feels pretty good after, you know, a couple of laps on tires. And looking pretty good, right? I mean, right now, I wouldn't say solidly in the top 12 for points, but definitely, you know, in there. And again, races like today, this might not be your strong suit, right? But just get through it. Don't kill the car and be there at the end, right? If you get stage points, great. But let everyone else make the mistakes and find themselves out of the race. And so far, he's doing just that. So good job right there. Frankie Barroso, lap number 7 still, followed by Brandon 6, Brandon Bowie, Michael Johnson, Evan Schmecker. A couple of guys right here making a great move. Blaze Crawford in P7. Haven't talked much about him. Has some front end damage. Not too bad, though. But right now, a solid P7. So great job nonetheless for a lot of these guys. Oh boy. Max Brady. Uh-oh, Tim Robb. A lot of these guys right here, all involved. Looks like the 62 here of Jamie Graham as well. Big mashup right there, but they keep it going. Great move. Now, a great job, though. Frankie Barroso in P1 by 5 seconds. So this is an interesting call here. Brandon 6, currently in P2. We know he's not slow, right? So what is the ulterior motive, as they say? What is his goal right here? Is it to save fuel so that he can take less fuel later on? Or is it a tire thing? What's the deal, right? Because tires on road courses, especially in this car, you don't really need them all too much. But either way, that right there was the stage finish line, and Frankie Barroso is going to be your stage 1 winner. There he is. Awesome job here for Frankie Barroso. Going to cross the line here for lap 9, but keep in mind, the lap for the stage did end right there. Awesome time. Great job right there for him. We're going to see the choose car come out as well momentarily, so they will choose here. But again, this is going to be the only one of 2 stages in the entire race. Hey, there he is in the chat. Brentley Roden for Harpoon Designs. Folks, go and check him out. says, thank you, Steve. What an amazing broadcast. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Road courses are a huge passion of mine, I will say, and I love them so much. And GT3 cars especially, but in these cars too are pretty fun, I will say. So Frankie Barroso has caught the pace car, and that right there, folks, is why we do the stage finish line. Because if we didn't have that, we would have seen these guys go around one more lap and then catch the pace car, and we would have wasted more time under yellow, and that's no fun, right? So right now, lap number 9. Good stuff right here. So let's go and take a quick commercial break. We'll go and thank all of our partners. We'll come back in time for the pits, or at least pretty soon to the pits, and then we'll talk to your winner for stage 1, Frankie Barroso.
Hey guys, this is Kevin from KK Woodscapes. Wanted to say how excited we are to be a sponsor for the ASRA Cup Series this upcoming season. This is just some of the pieces we've created over the years. We can work with you and bring any special victory to life. To order, or if you have any questions, please scan the QR code for Instagram or contact me through the Discord. And hopefully, we'll be bringing your virtual victory into reality one day.
All right, folks, here we go. The ASRA International race. The whole field is coming down pit road here. 4 pit stops. It is the conclusion of stage 1. So everyone's coming down pit road, getting those tires, maybe? Or just fuel. We're going to find out here pretty quick. Road courses lately in this car really don't have to take tires. It's really all about that fuel. Doing what you can to get back out there as quick as possible. There you see it. Frankie Barroso going to get back out here, maybe in front of his teammate, Brandon Six. Looks like he does not. So Brandon Six will lead us back off. Frankie Barroso, P2. Johnson, Crawford, Sprecher. That's great camera angle here for all the paint schemes. Love this. It's an awesome job right now, but Frankie Barroso was the stage 1 winner. So we'll let them catch up to the pace car real quick, and then we'll bring him in, talk to him just a bit, see how his race is going. You can already hear the clutch going in, saving fuel. So love to see that, obviously. Good stuff all around. So right now, looks like they have caught the pace car. Let's bring in Frankie real quick and see if we can talk to him. Frankie Barroso, it's Steve here in the booth, man. You got me?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hey, dude, right now looking pretty good. Stage 1 winner, so it's a solid effort. How's this track feel in this car? And how, I mean, just talk to us about the race. I mean, Brandon Six not really competing there with you. What's going on out there?
Well, the track in and of itself is, it's pretty treacherous, especially the braking zones. Not really so much the corners, it's just the braking zone is, like, you feel like you're going for glory every lap, and, you know, you're like 15, not even 10 feet away from glory and off the track. So, yeah, so we'll see what happens this next go around, but, you know, obviously I'm going to be taking the left side, so hopefully gives me the inside to turn 1, but hopefully I can get a good enough start, and that way I can have the inside line. But I think Six, in my opinion, probably has the fastest car. He just, once he kind of made that mistake in the last corner, he just kind of took care of his stuff. So I expect him to, at the very least, be on the same lap times as me. So it was pretty hard to pass him, though. It is a pretty tough place to pass.
Already roll. Right now, I mean, like, what are we talking about for fuel? I don't know if you could let that information slip at all, but Is fuel going to be a concern? Maybe not now, but in stage 3?
It could be a concern.
Okay.
I kind of doubt it, but again, it also depends how you run the lap. So if you're in first gear quite a bit, that could alter your mileage. So
Perfect.
So we'll see what happens, but I mean, fuel, I don't think is a concern, at least in my book.
Sounds good, man. Hey, good luck rest of the way. Going for that 3rd win of the season. Good luck out there, man.
Thank you.
Well, there he is, Frankie Barroso. Looking to do what he can do, man. 3 straight, well, not 3 straight wins, but 3 wins on the season. Can he do it? He's looked very dominant this season. Again, just never know. But right now, he's got some contenders in this race. I mean, Brandon Six, obviously, but Michael Johnson, man, he is hungry. And truth be told, according to his playoff hopes, man, he needs it. He needs this win, I feel like. Can he still point his way in? Maybe. But it's going to be very, very tough. So we'll see if he can get that job done. Blaze Crawford, solidly in the points right now, in that top 8, I believe it is. So very good job for him. Schmecker, obviously, phenomenal season so far. Mealy, Wiest. Right now, though, we're going to get one more restart. We're going to get one more after this, too. But lap 20 will be the next time we see a yellow flag. Because again, folks, we only get the 2 stages, and that is it. So a lot of beat-up race cars at the beginning of that stage, but right now we're going to see a lot of these guys still come down and get this done. So long way to go. Lap 11. The choose car has happened, obviously, as you folks did see that. We showed it live while we're talking to Frankie. So that is happening. Right now, though, we're going to go back green on lap number 12. So all in all, it'll be about the same tenure as the first one, as the first stage. So once you count out all the yellow flag laps, but here we go. There's the field coming by, that beautiful Porsche car. Very, very cool. I'm going to turn down right now, and here we go. We're going to go back green, folks, for stage number 2. Here we go. Green flag about to be in the air again for stage 2. Barroso in 6 leads us off. We are green for stage 2, folks. What an awesome run down here for this sector. It's just so slow, but they got to be so accurate and precise. Everyone being really, really patient. So hard to pass right here, as Frankie said, but you have to just be calculated, right? Got to do all the right things. Michael Johnson makes the move around Frankie Barroso for P2. Here we go, turn 8. In my opinion, the hardest corner on the track. So far, a great job by everyone here. The hairpin, everyone comes down into the right-hander. Very, very tight right here. The back stretch, going to pass that stage finish line. Don't need that now, though. We'll need that in a few laps. Fastest part of the track. In a huge braking zone right here, coming down into turn 13. Man, just some great action all around the track. Great camera angles, too. Big thanks to all of our folks who have helped us along the way to get these great camera angles. Always appreciate you guys. Right now, getting through the first sector. Jonathan Smith, a little bit of a bump right here. Hold on, BP. Better place around. Very similar to what Roger Pierce did earlier in stage 1. Doesn't look too hurt, but has to get around. Again, Brandon Fetterplay subbing in for Kenny Reel right here. Makes it happen. Great job there for him. Brandon 6 still leads the pack, but we have a new driver in P2, Michael Johnson. Very, very fast. Can he get this thing done? His teammate right in front of him, Brandon 6. Oh no, Brandon 6! Just completely killed it into the wall there. Oh my word, let's go back real quick and take a look. What happened there? Coming down into the braking zone. This was your leader, folks. Oh, just loses it in the braking zone. Can't turn enough. And that was it. No damage, though, it seems like, but that's going to kill his momentum. Currently being shown in P5. Michael Johnson is going to be your leader now in P1. Huge momentum shift here. Michael Johnson going to get the clean air, although clean air on road courses isn't massive like you think it is, but definitely helps for sure. And right here, Johnson going to be your leader. Frankie Barroso in P2. Smecker in 3rd place. All of a sudden. And then Blaze Crawford in P4. So multiple teams here. We have Flagship showing up. We have Murphy Esports looking pretty good. And look at this. Jacob Wiest right here too in P6. Can't forget about him. For Apollo Motorsports, Jonathan Smith. For Harpoon. I'll tell you what, every driver is assembling their best driver right now, it looks like, for this road course. Again, unfortunately for a bunch of guys, Mark Whitley back on to pit road. The great news about that, unfortunately, or I guess the silver lining, is that, man, that huge win last week at Charlotte, that was it. That's all you had to do is win that race, and he did, and he's locked into the playoffs. So you can afford, at this time, to have a bad race because you are locked in. So great job there for him. Crawford going to be under fire here momentarily by Brandon 6. Maybe not yet. Look at this angle. Oh! Uh-oh! Little nudge right there. Can't quite tell if 6 tried to use up Crawford, but 6 just tried to make a pass right there that was just not going to work. And now Bowie sends it down to turn 1. It's tough, folks. We're going to see. We're seeing the best of the best in the ASRA, and quite frankly, some of the best I've seen on iRacing, period. They're struggling with these next-gen cars on this track. It's just not one of those that are familiar, you know, obviously, but it's different. And right here, we're seeing some great drivers having a tough day. Max Brady, though, and Joseph Mealy, these guys, they have their damage, but they're looking pretty clean. That's what it takes, right? Just get through the race, get those points when you can, and be there at the end. Right now, a fantastic race between these two drivers, Mealy and Max Brady. What an awesome job, though, here. Looks like Daryl Young might have had an issue. Can't quite tell. He's still on track, though. Sometimes our scoring system acts a little funky. It'll tell us that somebody crashed, but in reality they didn't. So if they go too slow, that sometimes happens, but it is all good. Jamie Graham coming down pit road, unscheduled. Not sure what's going on here. He might be trying a bit of a strategy move. Can't quite tell, but interesting call here. We'll watch this real quick. But Johnson, again, still in P1, P2. Frankie Barroso. Right now, Austin Sawyer's looking pretty good. Oh, no. Johnson. Okay. He did it again. We thought he might have crashed, but he did not. That corner, that hairpin, they get so slow. The system thinks they crash, but in reality, they don't. So right now, Jacob Weist, Brandon 6, battling right here. Going to come down to... I almost called it Canada Corner, but Canada Corner is not here. It's in Road America. Right here, the Wall of Champions. 6 gets around. And Weiss looking very good too. These guys right here, I haven't talked much about these guys, but Josh Larson, Austin Salyers, holding on pretty strong. Look at their cars, nice and clean. You can tell these guys put the time in, right? The practice, Larson's car looks nice and clean, not a dent or a scratch on it. Austin Salyers looking very clean too. Anderson trying to catch back up after some early issues. But so far right now, making it work. Austin Salyers still in P18, Kaufman in P19 as well. Brandon Fetter Place. Normally very, very good at road courses, I will say, but right now not doing the absolute best. Again, had some issues earlier on, but so far okay. Max Brady having an issue here in turn 8. Gets it back going. Great job there. Michael Johnson, though, currently your leader, but Frankie Barroso is catching up just a little bit. 9/10 of a second back. He's kind of been there for a while now, but hasn't really been able to catch him. Frankie, though, looking pretty good. Let's take a ride on board real quick, and we'll show you a lap around from Frankie Barroso's view. Here we go. Now, granted, these tires right now are old, but definitely still matters right now. You're going to see him right here. Quick. Got to have a fast wheel. Great job right here, though. Nice left-hand corner. Going into the right here. You can see where he catches him for sure. Braking zone, he's pretty strong. We'll definitely know right here where he catches him. Does he catch him a little bit here into the corner? Yeah, Frankie's definitely pretty good in the braking zone. Michael, though, definitely pretty good on exit. You can see where he gains right here. Great job, though, from Michael Johnson. Again, still 19 laps to go. We are approaching the second stage conclusion, which will be in about 2 or 3 laps, so we are going to get there pretty quick here. Again, these races, road courses, they can be kind of an attrition battle, right? It's not necessarily a long race, right? But it definitely, you have to just get through it. There's no other way to say it. A lot of these guys like the road course racing, but a lot don't. And it's one of those things that you have to just kind of get used to, as we talked about earlier. But Right now we're seeing Nick Lights and Tim Robb. Looking pretty strong here. This is for P14. Brendan Fetter plays currently in P17 spot, so looking pretty swell. Smucker in P3, Brandon 6 up to P4, has caught up a little bit, has gained some spots. 8 seconds back though, however. Brandon Bowie making his way around. Crawford maybe. Keeping it going though, great job for Bowie. "18 laps to go." Ash Brady keeps it going. Great stuff right here, folks. So right now, ooh, Frankie is closing in. Look at this. 0.2 of a second right now. He was almost a second back, but Michael Johnson has lost some time. But watch out for Smecker. He is right here as well. 2 seconds back. He can catch him. He has it. He's got what it takes. Looking very strong right now. Michael Johnson, though, looking to try and get a stage win. But more importantly, the race win. Jacob Weist right here. Max Brady under some fire. Man, Blaze Crawford and Bowie are still, man, side by side, front to back. Crawford's definitely holding him up. But this sometimes is the game you have to play, right, at road courses. You have to just make sure to block when you can, because all these spots matter, especially for stage points and everything. Right now, Michael Johnson, Frankie Barroso getting closer and closer. But there it is. Couldn't quite get it done for Frankie Barroso to go back to back. But that'll be it for Michael Johnson. Gets the job done. Stage number 2 is your stage winner. An awesome job. Looked very fast. I mean, obviously, Brandon 6 had his issues earlier on in that stage. But Johnson looking very, very fast to get the job done. So, looking good right there. Frankie Barroso, P2. Smecker in P3. Brandon 6, P4. And Brandon Bowie in P5. So, awesome job right here. As we do, we'll go and thank a few sponsors, folks. We'll come back for Pit Road. And then we'll talk to your Stage 2 winner, Michael Johnson. We'll come right back.
Hey guys, this is Kevin from KK Woodscapes. Wanted to say how excited we are to be a sponsor for the ASRA Cup Series this upcoming season. This is just some of the pieces we've created over the years. We can work with you and bring any special victory to life. To order, or if you have any questions, please scan the QR code for Instagram or contact me through the Discord. And hopefully, we'll be bringing your virtual victory into reality one day.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers pool sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
All right, welcome back to the ASRA International Race north of the border here in Montreal. Right now in the intermission between stages 2 and 3. And the whole field's going to come down pit road here. Get the fuel, get the tires perhaps. We're going to find out. 16 laps to go here, so a little bit past the halfway point. Right now, though, this is crucial. At this point, there's no more yellows that are guaranteed, right? Because yellow flags will not come out for wrecks or things like that. So this is what matters here. The fuel, not one person's taking tires. As you see, Frankie Barroso gonna win the battle off pit road. Michael Johnson in P2. 6th and 3rd, Smecker in 4th, Brandon Bowie in 5th. A couple guys back here to watch out for too. Max Brady, Crawford, Wiest, Dunkelberger, Mealy, your top 10. A lot of guys here looking pretty solid. So we'll talk to your stage winner here momentarily. That'll be Michael Johnson. Great effort for him to get this the stage win. And again, this is looking like Coda all over again. Looked very, very good, very dominant. But man, what's it going to take to get that win, right? That's what matters. Choose car here will be in just a second. So actually, you know what? We'll give you guys a second here. We'll talk to him after the choose car. That way he can focus on what he wants to do here. Well, so far, a great race. We've seen multiple different leaders. Barroso, Johnson, Brandon 6 as well. So, again, Devin Smecker is right there. He's lurking. What can he do, right? There's the choose car right at the stage finish line. So, great spot right there. Let's view it. Who chooses what? Obviously, you want to be good for turn 1, but then turns 2 and 3 matter just the same. Frankie and Michael choosing the same line. Interesting. That'll open up the inside for Brandon 6. Everyone else doing their thing. At this point, it's really all about where, what lane you can pick. To do the best here. Everyone doing left and right, all pretty equal. On a road course, it's not really so much about what lane you pick, right? But you really want to set yourself up for the first couple of corners. After that, typically, it evens out, and you get spread out single file. So, not too bad. Right now, we're going to be hitting the 1 lap to go here. So we'll go back green with 13 laps to go. So let's real quick bring in Michael Johnson before we go back green here. Let's see if we can sneak him in. Here he is. Hey, Michael Johnson, Steve here in the booth, man. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, dude, looking pretty good right now, man. Looking like Coda all over again. Really dominant. Looking very good up there. Stage number 2. What's it going to take, man, to get this race win and lock yourself into the playoffs?
Luck. Big thing. No, took the right side here. Just to, it's worked out for me the last couple of restarts, so we come out a second at the end of these first couple turns and go from there.
Yes, sir. Looking pretty good out there in that 39, man. Good luck rest of the way. And, yeah, good luck, dude.
Thank you, sir.
There he is, a man of few words, but I'll tell you what, he is very confident behind that wheel. Looking really, really strong. Right now, though, yeah, road course racing, you've got your teammates all around you. And what do they do, right? I mean, here's the thing. Here's the reality, right? I mean, Frankie Barroso has won twice at this point this season. Brandon 6, technically a part-time driver, so he's not eligible for the playoffs, so he's just out here for trophies. Behind him, John, Bowie's having a decent day, has already won this season before, so, it comes down to, man, your teammate Michael Johnson here is in a spot to potentially win this race. As a teammate, what do you do, right? You know, Frankie's locked in. You know, Brandon's 6 right here. He's already, you know, he's won a few races, but he's, again, he's not really going for anything except trophies, right? So, you know, do you give your teammate Johnson some slack here? You know, maybe you don't pull over for him, but what do you do, right? What do you do to get your driver, your teammate into the playoffs? We're going to find out here. Team orders aren't really a thing in the NASCAR world, but they can be. So let's find out what happens. Right now, though, that Porsche safety car going to be pulling in with 14 laps to go, 13 at the line to go. A little bit longer than the other stages, actually 5 laps longer. So we're going to find out, folks. This is going to be a lot of fun as we get back to racing here in Montreal. Let's go back green and let's bring the noise for our last restart. And that right there, folks, an action-packed lap around Montreal, man. Right now we're seeing Frankie Barroso take the lead, though. Looking pretty good. Brandon 6 in P2. He got his way back up there. And Michael Johnson has fallen down to P3. These restarts can get pretty crazy. Right now, 12 laps to go to decide this Montreal race. And so far, so good. Into the hairpin right now. Frankie Barroso trying to hold off. But further on back, Smucker and Brennan Bowie. Little loose right there. Again, it all comes down to this. There's no more yellows. So you have to go now. Single file all the way back, further back. We're seeing some drivers. Whitley has his car repaired, but unfortunately, still back there. But all the way up to P13 actually is Mark Whitley. So man, what a great job by him as a recovery. Keeps it going. Matt Smith up to P15. 14th actually. I'll tell you what, that's a huge job for him because he is not super accustomed to these road course races, but man, he is just looking very good today. Top 15 is very strong for sure. Tim Robb had issues earlier, unfortunately, but right now into that top 16 spot. Gonna get around. Oh, maybe not. Thought maybe he'd get around Matt Smith right there, but Has to keep it going. Around he goes. That was close right there. Daryl Young still surviving. Currently in P20, not too bad. Larson, front end damage. Matthew Pont, James Kaufman, all in the back right here, as well as Austin Salyers. Tough break for a lot of these guys, but hey, road course racing, I'm sure a lot of these guys didn't expect to have miracle type races. Oh no, Max Brady at the hairpin goes around, excuse me. That's bad news for Brady. He's looked so good as of late. Top threes consistently, just can't quite get that win yet. I've got a feeling though it's coming right now. Roger Pierce currently in P9, very strong run for him. Top 10 right here is pretty great. Frankie has eclipsed his lead just a little bit, 1.3 seconds for Brandon 6. Michael Johnson closing the gap just a little tiny bit. Jacob Weist still having a fantastic race right now in P7. Awesome job for him. Car looks very, very clean. Bowie there with an issue in turn 3. Max Brady recovering quite well. Julio Villalobos. Haven't talked much about Villalobos, but man, he's had a clean race, right? I mean, we've talked about that in races previous, right? If you have a clean race, we don't always talk to you because, man, you're just in, just doing really well. Right there, it gives Mealy a little love tap, telling him to get out of the way. Right now, though, great job. Hey, real quick, folks, not sure if my stream crashed at one point, but do apologize if that did happen. Not sure if anybody can confirm or deny that, but for a while there, it looked like it kept going, but couldn't quite tell. So wasn't sure if it on your end was crashed, but on my end it was working. Either way, I appreciate you being here. Right now, your leader is still Frankie Barroso. Brandon 6 falling off a bit, 2 seconds. Michael Johnson getting pretty close too. This is basically a 3-man race at this point. 9 laps to go. Frankie looking very good. Devin Smecker in P4 has fallen off a little bit, but definitely quick. A top 5 effort at any road course is always a fantastic day, in my opinion. Brandon Bowie right there as well. Crawford, a great run. Weist, the kind of run that he needs right now. Solidly in that top 12 for the championship for Weist as well as his teammate Tim Robb, but these days can definitely add up. I'll tell you what though, 2 out of the 3 Apollo Motorsports drivers getting into that championship 12 in their first season would be phenomenal, and right now they're showing that. Definitely good enough to get the job done. Jackson Anderson, however, currently in P20, had a rough day at the beginning. Got involved actually at the end of our Bring the Noise segment. Got tangled up. Right now they're holding on to a P20. A couple of guys behind just holding on to dear life. But hey, the race pays points, right? So that's what matters at the end. And sometimes you never know. If a couple of these guys wreck out and they can't continue, it's one more spot. So not a bad job here. Whitley's still cruising up. His car was destroyed at the beginning of stage 1, but has worked his way up to the front. P12 right now, but halfway through the field. But hey, sometimes that's what it takes to get those points. Frankie's still putting on a masterclass race. Oh, lordy. I say that and then he blows turn 1, but he's still good. Those tires are definitely not going to be happy as we continue on. Johnson's still right there, and Brandon 6, Schmecker and Bowie working together as well. goes around that corner. Woo. Drifting. Awesome job. Nick Light's having a struggle right now. Keep in mind, Nick Light, real quick note about him, he is right now the season point leader. And by a little bit, too. He has had the best season out of anybody who's not won a race yet. Even though Frankie's won 2 races and Bowie's got a race win and Slapinski and all them, he is looking very, very good. Nick Light's though looking pretty good. My point being is that he's had the best season so far out of anybody, points-wise, and has not won a race yet. But I promise you, Nick Lights has the ability to get the job done. This has not quite gotten that done yet. Looking very, very strong. Frankie, though, holding on to that spot. He thought earlier, he won stage 1, keep in mind, and he thought Brandon 6 might be the fastest car, but Frankie has just held it down today. So far, looking very strong. Hasn't won a road course race in ASRA in quite a while, and he's been a very strong road course driver, so if he can hold on to get this race win, I'll tell you what, he has been very strong this season. In 1 Daytona. Also won Darlington, 2 out of the 4 really biggest races of the season. And if he can hold on to win this race, I'll tell you what, that would be incredible for him. Michael Johnson gets around Brandon 6. Looks like 6 here might be struggling just a bit, potentially on tires or just overall feel of the car, because he is way off pace right there, at least alongside Michael Johnson. So there he is. Johnson has 7 laps, really 6 laps at this point, to catch Frankie, to get his first win of the season, and to potentially get himself into the playoffs. But 4 seconds might be a long time. We'll see. Long way to go, folks. Real quick, let's hit a race day non-stop. We'll go and thank a few of our sponsors, but you will not miss an inch of racing. Come right back, folks.
Hey guys, this is Kevin from KK Woodscapes. Wanted to say how excited we are to be a sponsor for the ASRA Cup Series this upcoming season. This is just some of the pieces we've created over the years. We can work with you and bring any special victory to life. To order, or if you have any questions, please scan the QR code for Instagram or contact me through the Discord. And hopefully, we'll be bringing your virtual victory into reality one day.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers pool sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
Hey guys, this is Kevin from KK Woodscapes. Wanted to say how excited we are to be a sponsor for the ASRA Cup Series this upcoming season. This is just some of the pieces we've created over the years. We can work with you and bring any special victory to life. To order, or if you have any questions, please scan the QR code for Instagram or contact me through the Discord. And hopefully, we'll be bringing your virtual victory into reality one day.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like doggy bowl empty, Vegas pool sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
Alrighty, folks, we are back to the ASRA International race here at Montreal. I do apologize for that. We went to a race day nonstop, but then iRacing actually did stop and just froze on us. So I apologize for that. We had to kind of go into a bit of a, oh, lordy. Mark Whitley pumped the brakes. Anyway, we had to do a bit of a restart with iRacing, so I apologize for that. Things like that can happen, unfortunately, and quite frankly, we don't know why, but technical issues and technology, man, I'll tell you, just name me a better duo. Right now, though, nothing has changed really on track. Still 4 laps to go. Right now, we're watching Roger Pierce and Mark Whitley battling right here. This is going to be for currently a top 10, so pretty arduous battle here. Up front, Frankie Barroso still up front right now by 6 seconds, so definitely running away with this win right now. Can he win his 3rd race of the season? I'll tell you what, looking like a championship caliber season for sure. Looking very, very good. Michael Johnson, P2. Tell you what, might not get that win like he hopes and maybe even needs, but the points they'll get for today will definitely be massive. And that might push him over the edge for needing or getting into that top 12. We'll see. Brandon 6 in 3rd place. Brandon Bowie currently in P4. Crawford is in 5th. Very good effort there for him. Jacob Weiss in P6. Great job for him to make his way through. Max Brady currently in 7th place. A couple of drivers have fallen off there during that. We're seeing Smrecker right now in P18. Man, he was looking so good. Had a top 5 car and right now down to P18, so can't quite tell what these boys are doing. A lot of these guys might have had to pit too, keep in mind, so a lot of guys saving fuel and all kinds of stuff, so that could be the case for sure. Rounding out the top 10 here, this is a great battle. Dunkerberger, Roger Pierce, and Mark Whitley. You guys are fighting for sure. This is for a top 7 spot. Diving low right here. Dunkelberger might get him right here. Does so. Then Roger's teammate right here. Mark Whitley. Making an awesome recovery. Look at the dive in by Whitley. Gets it done. Super confident move right there by Whitley to dive down low and make that pass. Great job. Right behind him though, Mealy and Villalobos, they're catching up, but look at this battle still. Pierce and Dunkelberger, will they go into this last couple of corners side by side? It's not going to work. Pierce might have the advantage here, has the entry. Got to slow way down. And gets it done. So P9 right now for Roger Pierce. Great effort all around. Jimmy Graham at P15. Seeing Jackson Anderson, looks like he might be going around. Nope. Here he is right now in P17. Larson as well, Daryl Young. At this point, these guys just hoping to see that checkered flag here pretty soon. But hey, you came out, you got the points, and definitely learned a lot here road course racing, that can happen. Going a lap down is Daryl Young. Frankie goes around 7.7 seconds now. Frankie really found something here. Was 6 seconds. Tell you what, Frankie Barroso has had some pretty bad races this season, but right now is really finding his stride as we get down the stretch. I'll tell you what though, that's bad news for the competition because next week is one of his favorite tracks, Pocono. Pocono will be a great time for him. But right now, a great time will be this white flag lap. Frankie Barroso going to come around here with a 7-second lead. So strong. Michael Johnson in P2. A great effort. Tried what he could. Just couldn't quite get the job done today. Brandon 6. Third place, Brandon Bowie right here as well. P4. Blaze Crawford, P5. So a lot of guys are going to have some great points. Great points days all around. Weist, Brady, Whitley. Whitley absolutely sent it into turn 1 at one point. Not turn 1, the last corner. Wall of Champions. So to go from that to this right here, a top 8. Very, very good right here. Roger Pierce, P9. Not a bad run considering his luck as of late. So far, so good. Frankie Barroso, though, going to come down into the hairpin. Everyone else pretty well single file throughout the field. A lot of drivers, I'm sure, will be glad to see Montreal done. But one thing you can say, this has been an interesting race for sure. A lot of guys learned some stuff, but man, Frankie Barroso just put them to school today. And here he comes. Gonna come across the Wall of Champions, and here he is, Frankie Barroso, the winner of today's Montreal International race for the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series. Awesome job for Frankie to win his 3rd race of the season. Michael Johnson in P2. A valiant effort there for him. Brandon Bowie in 3rd place, so actually got around his teammate, Brandon 6. So podium there for Bowie. Great job. Brandon 6 in 4th. Blaze Crawford, the flagship, with a great run in P5. Jacob Weist in P6. Max Brady, 7th place. Mark Whitley, 8th. Roger Pierce, P9. Crosses the line. Great job there. And then Ryan Dunkelberger, P10. Great job for these boys. Frankie Barroso is your winner. We're going to take a quick break, folks, real quick, as he comes down across to the front stretch. We'll sneak in our sponsor spots right here. Big thanks to them. Then we'll come in and we'll talk to our winner, Frankie Barroso, next.
Hey guys, this is Kevin from KK Woodscapes. Wanted to say how excited we are to be a sponsor for the ASRA Cup Series this upcoming season. This is just some of the pieces we've created over the years. We can work with you and bring any special victory to life. To order, or if you have any questions, please scan the QR code for Instagram or contact me through the Discord. And hopefully, we'll be bringing your virtual victory into reality one day.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers pool sleeping, Rock pool cash grab, NFTs delight, Rock pool cash grab, idiot.
Here he is, folks, your winner of today's ASRA International race at Montreal. Frankie Barroso going to burn it down here in Montreal on the front stretch. Frankie, a big F1 fan, and right now gets to claim Montreal as his own. Great job and a great win for Bowie Esports and for Frankie. His third win of the season. Gets it done here in Montreal. We'll give him a second to celebrate, but we're going to bring him in just a second. We'll talk to him about this great race. First off, we'll bring in our P3 right here, which is Brandon Bowie. An awesome job here. We'll bring in Frankie in just a second. He's too busy celebrating, so we'll bring him in just a second. Yeah. But here he is. Brandon Bowie finishes P3 at the last second. Passes his teammate Brandon 6. But man, pretty interesting race there, I would say, in Montreal. How'd it go for you?
I'm tired. just call it easy. It was a long race. Lots of different strategies and lots of mistakes were made, and somehow, some way, I got back to third. So, I mean, it was a great race trying to come back through the field. That part was fun. Kind of got into the 12 a little bit, so apologize for that. And I think that's how it got me one spot in front of him, like right there at the end of the second stage. But yeah, it was a wild one. I'm glad this race is over. I'll say that though.
I mean, yeah, talk to us about the race. I mean, did the tires? I mean, no one took tires, obviously. So, I mean, was it grippy? Was the tire wear pretty good? I mean, how'd it feel?
I mean, for the most part, the tire wear felt pretty good actually. Even on as the tires wore, it didn't get more grippy per se, but I did seem to pick up speed. So, not sure if that was just because the tire pressure, or not tire pressure, but the heat in the tires are so low, that it takes forever for it to heat up. And when it does heat up, that's when you actually start busting out some really, really quick laps. So, it was just a matter of trying to not burn up the tires at the same time, because you could still burn them up pretty good. And that probably the last 5 laps or so, I could tell, like, man, these tires are pretty much a wrap. But somehow I put my head down and just focused, and I was able to pass 6. I think he had some damage, so I think that kind of hurt him a little bit. But as far as the racing itself, man, I mean, the tires were everything. And if you didn't take tires and you can keep the tires on the cooler side, you got a fast one. And Frankie showed that tonight.
Yes, sir, man. Awesome job today. Actually, one quick thing, too. I'm really surprised the restarts were as clean as they were. I mean, back of the field had some issues, but very minimal. I feel like the restarts were actually quite good considering how tight Sector 1 is here. So, great job, though, for you, man, getting P3. Give us a shout-out real quick for your sponsors or friends and family. What you got for us?
Yeah, I got to thank the Bowie Esports team. We finished 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will definitely take that. That's a good day, definitely, for us. Got to thank my family, my little girl that's sitting, one of my little girls that's sitting on my lap right now, literally still racing around the track. Yeah, thank you for putting on the broadcast as always for the league, making the league fun. I will definitely say that. Anybody that's listening that's not in this league, you're missing out on some good racing. And,
let them know.
Yeah, gotta let them know, man. And yeah, and I guess the man above, and looking forward to next week.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, man. Good luck.
All right, thanks.
All right, there he is. I don't know why I said good luck. It's always like when you go to the restaurant and they're like, hey, enjoy your food. And then you say, oh, yeah, you too. But they're not eating. They're just working. So, I don't know. It's one of those weird social things. Anyway, we're going to bring in P2, Michael Johnson, real quick. Here he is. Michael Johnson did so well in the race again. A P2, but hey, can't be too upset. Obviously didn't get the win, but man, you're looking very deadly out there in this car on these racetracks and road courses, man. Talk to us about your race.
Yeah, disappointed we didn't get the win, but after the problems I've had the last few weeks, I'll for sure take a P2.
Yes, sir. I mean, right now, still on the outside of that top 12, but 3 races left to go. And anything can happen, obviously. And obviously, as well as you're running in that car, a lot can happen. So, still possible. Big points day for you. That's going to help a lot. So, how'd the race go for you, man? I mean, talk to us about your sponsors if you have any. And yeah, great job today, dude.
Yeah, that race, it went good. I think the only mistake I made was really there on that last restart. Probably should have went on the left side. Looks like Stick's got a really good restart, so that kept me from sliding into P2 there, and I fell into P3, and then after followed 6 for a while there, and just couldn't get around him. And by the time that he made a mistake, I just Frankie was just too far ahead, so just really rode after that. Just really the only thing I can hope for then is if Frankie made a mistake.
Yes, sir, man. Great job today. Awesome to see you out there doing so well. Do you have any sponsors real quick you want to shout out, or any friends, family? What you got for us?
Just thanks to all the guys at Bowie Esports.
Yes, sir. Awesome job, man. Great job. We'll see you next week.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. There he is. Michael Johnson, P2 again. What an awesome, awesome job. But we're going to bring in now the winner of today's race, Frankie Barroso. Incredible job here for him. Let's get him in. We're going to have to contain Frankie because he likes to talk. But here he is, Frankie Barroso, the winner of today's ASRA International race. Man, oh man, looked pretty good out there. Stage, what was it, 1? Looked very good. Didn't think he maybe had what it takes to win the race, but here we are. Winner, about 7 seconds of a lead to get that win, man. Awesome job. How'd you do it?
I just got lucky coming out of the pits. It seems like at this place, if you have like close to the number 1 stall, if you have the number 1 stall, and if you come out like second, you're for sure going to come out the lead. So I think I just had a bit more stalls than MJ did, and I was able to take the lead. Got it done on the restart, had some pressure from 6, but overall, I think he made a mistake. I want to say it was in the last corner at some time, and I was just driving my laps, made sure I didn't make a mistake, and, you got it done.
Yes, sir. I mean, big races. I mean, it seems like this season you're winning all the big ones, right? You won Daytona, you won Darlington, I believe it was. And then here we are now winning the international race here in Montreal. So pretty cool to get the win north of the border. And road course racing lately in this league has kind of eluded you to your teammates, but right now get the job done at a very hard track. Talk to us about the conditions of the track itself. How did the car feel? Car and track combination, did it work? What do you think?
I mean, the track is probably one of the more tougher, at least with this car. It's one of the more tougher places. Like I was saying in stage 1, the braking is incredibly difficult in some corners because, like, most, if not all, the corners are like you're gonna be moving under braking. So like for turn 1, you couldn't really brake like very straight. Same thing with turn 2,
yeah,
and 6, even turn 8, and especially the hairpin. You can't, when you don't brake in a straight line, the car really does some weird stuff, and it locks the front tires if you push the brake too hard, and if you move, it becomes even more sensitive, and it just becomes like, pretty difficult. And it was not too bad grip wise. Especially where places, if you put your car in the right spot, it could drive well, but if you were offline, like you could tell you were offline if you are offline, because the grip was nowhere like outside the like 1.5 groove.
Yeah, yes, sir. Well, hey, either way, great job, great win, 3rd win of the season, man. I'll tell you what, I said it in the broadcast, it's starting to look like a championship caliber season. And right now, you're looking very, very good. So great job today, and lucky for you, maybe not so lucky for the rest of the field, but next week we go to one of your best tracks in Pocono. So we could see it back-to-back. What you think?
I say, I don't know. I haven't driven Pocono in a while. I think I won the last time we were there, or wait, no, I didn't. I don't think I won the last time, but yeah, I'm decent there. I wouldn't say I'm good, but you know, we're just hoping for results. Have to build up the playoff points. We're kind of getting into that time where, you know, and also points as well. I don't know where Nick Lights is, or where he finished today, but I just focused on myself trying to get maximum stage points, and we almost did. You know, I would have loved to won stage 2, but it would have been better just to kind of coast home and get MJ the points. You know, we're also trying to get him in the playoffs. So yeah, we're kind of getting to that time where points are everything.
Yes, sir. Yes, they are. But hey, man, great job today. Big win. Give us your shout outs real quick and who you want to thank and go celebrate.
Thank you. Yeah, first, I'd like to thank Bowie Sports and all the guys, Brandon Six, Brandon Bowie, Michael Johnson. They were really helpful because I didn't get, at least before yesterday, I didn't get as much practice as I would have liked, and I was really struggling, and thankfully, I honestly think if Six was in front, then I probably wouldn't have passed him, but you know, I just got lucky, and he also made a couple too many mistakes, and I didn't. I think I only made I didn't make a huge mistake today, so I'm glad for that. I'd like to thank you guys, obviously, for putting on the show, everything you do for the league, Steve, and yeah, just everyone who makes this possible, and everyone who drives.
Yes, sir, man. Awesome job. We'll catch you next week. Great job.
Thank you.
Alrighty, there he is, Frankie Barroso, your winner of today's race from Montreal. Tell you what, I've had a lot of fun today. Montreal's always been one of those cool places. You never know. I've heard rumors that, hey, NASCAR might come here at some point. You know, it's been kind of swirling around. I think they want to get it done at some point, but it'd be cool to see them somewhere else except the States. But either way, great race today. Your finishing order is on the left side of your screen, but hey, folks, big thanks to you for being here. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the love in the stream and whatnot. We'll catch you guys next Tuesday for the ASRA Cup Series presented by Harpoon Design at Pocono. This week on Thursday, you'll catch us here again at 8 p.m. for the Extreme Graphics Cup Series. No Limit Racing. That'll be a lot of fun too. So cannot wait to get that going. But hey, big thanks to you folks. Frankie Barroso, your winner. That's going to be it for us tonight here, folks, for race day. Have a good night. We love you.